Hi world! Today I wanted to talk about burping a baby, a newborn. My demo is a cow, stuffed little fluffy cow fleece gift for a baby. So my daughter, it's been a journey in trying to burp her, and I have tried numerous ways and methods. I mean, arms up, arms down, sit her high, bend her back lower, over the shoulder, roll around a little bit. There's all kinds of ways to burp your baby, and usually I would just sit her on my lap like this, she's on my lap, and then I would just, have her kind of bent over a little bit, and I would just pat her back, and I was told that if you kind of rub her back up like this, and then pat her back, so up and pat, up, up, you can feel her like, like that, like something's about to come up, but you just have to do that, and you also gotta pat it out. And if that doesn't work, the nurses and the doctors told me that what you can do is actually sit your baby, you can kind of pat, rub her back upward kind of thing to, rub it outward, out of her chest. And then you can also kind of give her little circle moves, so kind of bend her forward and push her, and have her go back a little bit and forward, and then pat her, and that can bring out the burp. Obviously, you can also put her on your shoulder like this, pat her, rub her back again. Sometimes you can give a little, uplift. My baby girl, when I have her over my shoulder, her head is like up, and she's looking around, and she's like, "Ooh, I like this." Or sometimes she would just rest really well on my shoulder and go to sleep. So that hasn't been working for me. So what I usually do is I just sit there, have her steady, and have her kind of like this on my lap, and I would kind of have her bent over forward, and I would just pat. And my answer to this is amazing. All I do is pat. I don't have to move, roll her around, I don't have to put her over my shoulder so much, but just keep on patting her, and then also rubbing her back upward, and not changing her, from this to this, and so many variety. I keep it simple and just sit there and pat until the burp comes out, and it does. So I guess all in all, I was not really patient. So it's like you're trying to burp a baby, but you're just like, come on, no, it's not working, let's try this, no, okay, let's roll around, no, let's burp. I think it is possible that all you do is have a little bit of patience. For me, that was the case. So I just sat there. It seemed like I was patting her back for 15 minutes, but it was probably not even 5 minutes. It was just the impatience as a mother. And sometimes when you are tired and you're waking up in the middle of the night, whether it's 1 a.m. or 4 a.m. or early 6, 7 a.m., and you feel all whacked out, that 5 minutes of trying to burp a baby can seem like 20 minutes. Sometimes I feel like I might just fall asleep while I do it. So it's just the patience, of course, and we all have our own ways in finding how to burp a baby. I did some research, and every mother has to find their own way to burp their baby, so I know I'm not alone. So yeah, that's my little burp episode, and it is important to at least burp your baby once. Sometimes my baby girl would burp, and then if you give her, 10-15 seconds and give another pat or so, a burp might come up. And if she does not burp at all, I would have to lay her down, and if she starts crying, I have to pick her up really fast and let her burp, otherwise she will spit up. So worst case scenario is you may have to let her lay down and let it come up, and then when she starts crying, you have to know her cues. So I am getting to know my daughter really, really well. It's a very, very great experience, me being at 3 weeks, and I'm feeling really, really great. My stomach is still kind of pain, like if this is my stomach here, and I'm touching my stomach like this, just a little push, push, it hurt. I felt like my organs were all plopped out of order, and everything was painful, but I am recovering. I have been fighting to stay off the meds. I don't want to take my Norco or my Motrin. Norco requires a 1-hour nap minimum. Okay, otherwise you're not gonna be able to do it. And I would always have to time it with my baby's nap, and it also takes time to kick, and it takes like 30 to 45 minutes before you really need to sleep. So you have to know the timing. And my baby girl, she's been consistent, so when feeding time comes around, she's ready to feed. She is doing it more now, so I get to see her eyes more often. And I do give her tummy time, which I will talk about on my next video or a following video, whichever it is. Last of all, I wanted to show my body at 3 weeks. Here I am. I am still weighing a lot. I'm 14 pounds over my original weight post-pregnancy. No, yeah, prior to pregnancy. So, here is my body. I'm gonna show you, this is the front view, so, you know, my boobs, and then stomach. And this is my stomach without sucking in, and then my pelvis area is right here. Bikini area is right here. So if you see, it's like, it's almost flat.